Beware of false goals. That's going to be the title of this video, and I'm trying a new structure for these videos. I, as always, want to be relaxed and freeform about doing these videos, but at the same time, I understand. I want to understand and respect your time. So, and I've studied marketing in an earlier stage of my life, so I know how important a hook is. So that's the general theme that I want to talk about in this particular video. I want to keep these videos short and sweet compared to my earlier ones, so less than 20 minutes and possibly less than 10 minutes. So I came back on YouTube yesterday, and the reason, as I explained in yesterday's video, is that I feel very different now. I finally feel like I have reclaimed my full self. Maybe not my full self, because there's really no end to someone's potential. There's no limit to what you can become. So I feel like I have regained my baseline. So, for example, something like you, I've set up my base camp to continue or resume the climb up to my dream life. So, base camp. And what does that mean? What does it mean to have your baseline of your full self, or claiming the version of yourself which can serve as the base camp to pursue your dream life? And that ties directly back to the title of this video, which is to beware of your false goals. False goals are everywhere, and we are fed as a means of mass hypnosis. A lot of it actually is intentional by the perpetrators, but some of it is actually unconscious on the parts of the people around us. They also think the false goals are their own goals. They're hypnotized too. And they think it's their job to sell others and their loved ones on those false goals. But in reality, that selling job is just a somewhat perverted version of inside out convincing. What do I mean by that? They have to sell others on those false goals because they don't believe it themselves. Because they are not sold fully on those goals, they need to, instead of trying to convince themselves fully on those goals, they will try to turn converts into towards those false goals. Okay, so it may seem like those fanatics seeking converts in any cause, not just religion. It may seem like they are the most established, the most deep-rooted in their beliefs. I would disagree. The reason why you need to sell someone or something else, the reason why you need to recruit new converts, is because they are seeking safety in numbers. But if you're really, really sold on something, or if you know something is for you, then you don't need to convert others to the same thing. Because here's the thing, what makes false goals false is it becomes a standardized version, meaning it's generalized. It seems it can suit many people. But really true goals are unique to each individual, and therefore it cannot be shared. Okay, so for example, the generalities of true goals may look similar on the surface. So for example, it might be you want to go into your own business. And a lot of even established, traditionally successful people, they made their wealth through their own business. So it may be able to categorize into a big bucket. But the specifics of those goals is tailored and individualized to who you are. And what I've discovered in the process of documenting my glow up to serve as an example to a lesson in history for like a lesson in history for YouTube. What I've discovered, I don't need to worry about competition or something being too crowded, too crowded with competitors. It's because you don't need extra motivation from outside to pursue your true goal. I've had many successes in my own right, but looking back, I realized a lot of it was forced. Well, almost all of it really was forced. I had to force myself to some degree, to varying degrees, to keep myself on track to pursue those goals. And that is a telltale sign of a false goal. Of course, I'm not saying when you're on the pursuit, on the road leading to your true goal, you won't have days where you don't feel like working. But it's not, it doesn't mean, it's not the same as having to motivate yourself regularly versus having to rest regularly. Okay? So the difference is a false goal, you need regular dose of motivation. And you need to be externally fueled from outside, because there's no real sustaining fuel that's welling up from inside. But the opposite happens for a true goal, because you're actually at the risk of overworking because you enjoy doing the thing so much. You forget about other things. And I can keep talking on and on about what makes false goals really false and how to tell them apart from your true goal. But it's not a simple subject. It goes very deep. But realizing that everyone really has been searching or pursuing false goals can be the first step in liberating yourself and giving yourself permission to pursue your own true goals. Okay? A little over 10 minutes. I think that's enough for today's message, and I'll see you in the next one.